Okay, the last farming video popped off to the point that it actually impacted the market. So this time I have a better strategy which is tried and tested. It is breach farming for Chayula breachstones. Although Chayula breachstones are quite low right now, we make a ton of profit, averaging 80 to 120 chaos profit per map, and this time not breaking the market. This farm we will be selling primarily Chayula breachstones, and to get these stones we'll be farming tons of breaches in our maps. And we will be also farming a ton of scarabs as well, so there will be quite a lot of clicking, but not as much as my manifested wealth video, but there will be a lot. I do want to say that this farm is on the harder side of things. You want a strong mapper, as you'll be killing tons of strong rares and unique monsters per breach, so I suggest a strong mapping build like a good geared elemental hit of the spectrum or LA build, and using a headhunter is very OP for the strategy with the amount of rares, but it is not needed. You do want decent chaos resistance as close to 0, and amethyst flask will be very helpful here. Now for our investments. Our investments will be these 4 scarabs. So the first one we're going to be using is a breach scarab, which contains 2 additional breaches. This is just to get more breaches in our maps. We will also be using breach scarab of lordship. Breach in each area contains a breach lord. This means that we'll always be getting a Chayula, and to get the Chayula we'll be using breach scarab of the dreamer. And lastly, breach scarab of snares. Breaches in your areas have 5 to 10 additional clasp hands, and each clasp hands is guarded by a rare breach monster, and this is very OP for the strategy. And our last bit of investment is we're going to be using the breach atlas mapcraft, which is 6 chaos, as you can see here. Now for our atlas tree. So firstly, I've been going down this way to grab the chance to contain breaches, as we'll be getting 100% from these little nodes. You want to grab breaches in your map, spawn 3 additional rare monsters and more magic monsters. You want to grab shrine nodes. These shrine nodes will be really helpful in staying alive and doing damage to the monsters as well. And also the skittering swarms for more scarabs. You grab some map chance to help us get some more maps. We'll be taking Cryptic Gateway, as with our Cryptic Gateway, since we'll be spawning a ton of Chayulas, we'll be wanting unique monsters in your maps have 200% increased chance to drop scarabs. Now we'll be taking this Call of Chayula, if that's how you say it, to get many of the other types of breach splinters as well, and increased quantity of breach splinters dropping. Now we'll take Gatekeepers, and then we will take Tortured Dreams. Now it says breaches in your maps have a 45% increased chance to belong to Chayula. And you may be thinking, why are we picking this? But if you read the bottom line, Chayula who dreamt in your maps have a 50% chance to be duplicated. So since we will be using a scarab that contains a breach lord, there is a 50% chance you'll be seeing 2 of the Chayulas instead. And trust me, this happens a lot. You'll be seeing 2 Chayulas at the same spot, thankfully, as you can just go and find one to find both of them and then kill them. And it will be pathing up here and grabbing within their grasps. So breach stones dropped by breach bosses in your map have 5% chance to be flawless. And Eye of Invasion. Now this one does proc quite a lot. I've seen it twice in 20 maps, and as you can read, it says your maps contain extra chance to get more breaches, and I actually got the 1% chance to get 10 additional breaches, which gave me 4 maps worth of breach stones. Now over here we'll be taking Power Struggle. Breaches in your maps have 100% increased chance to contain a breach boss's clasp hand, and breach boss clasp hands in your maps have 4% chance to spawn a breach boss when opened. Now when a boss comes out from the breach hand, that also applies to the chance to be duplicated, so you can potentially see up to 5 or 4 map bosses, and I've seen 4 Chayulas quite a lot. And again, we'll be taking heavy breach, because since we have loads of rares, it's going to be quite hectic, so this will help us in killing them all and opening the breaches. Now for scarabs, you just want to pick the ones that are the most expensive. So right now ambush and domination are very expensive. Again, we'll be taking the additional shrine effect and then grabbing the wheel of rarity and quantity. You want to go up here and grab rare monsters in your maps have 50% increased chance to drop scarabs per monster modifier affecting them, and this will give us a ton more scarabs since we'll be seeing so many rares. And the last nodes we'll be taking is otherworldly artifacts. Breaches in your maps have 20% increase in monster density, as well as loads of quantity of breach splinters. and then we'll be taking remarkable relics. We'll be taking singular focus for map sustaining and as well shaping the world. For our favorite map, we can run any map with like an open layout, but my preference is Junk Valley because we can get a lot of fortunate cards drop. Things like Strand or Dunes are also very viable as well. Now for an example run, I put all my scarabs in. I'm going to run a blank map as it will save me a lot of FPS because this is quite laggy for me at the moment. I'm not sure why. And then you want to select your breach. Atlas Craft, 6 chaos, select which one's more profitable or which one you like to run more. Fire is more safe, blue is more harmful, but you have the chance for Divine Altars. So then all we do is we obviously have our Chayula and then we run the map. And obviously you're going to configure these. That should be fine. I'm not going to show you guys the whole run, I'm just going to show you how to do this. So obviously with the changes in this league, you can just walk over the little hands. But the first thing I want to do is look for the Chayula boss image. It's like a hand. Just don't mind the lag. I am lagging like crazy. You see these two hands, it actually duplicated. So we kill those guys. And once they're dead, we just want to go around picking or looking for these hands. And you want to just walk over and it will just spawn them. As you can see, if I wasn't lagging a lot, you see that one just opened and spawned 2 Chayulas, which actually duplicated again, and then I actually opened another breach. So I'm gonna go find the Chayula as one. Sorry for the lag, it doesn't really lag this much, maybe because I'm recording. And I head out. So I killed the boss, so I'm looking for these hands. And elemental hit is really good because I can walk and kill it at the same time. I've got a T17 map to draw. It's nuts. Again, I'm not picking stuff up because I just want to make this quick. And that is pretty much how you clear the map. You just want to do it for all the breaches. Then you can like straight away just start looting. The faster you loot, the faster you map. Was it 1 or was it 2? I don't remember. So I'm just looting this map. So with the breach stones, not the breach stones, the breach rings, you don't need to pick them up. So you should set on your filter, make them item level 40 or 84. 84 plus, and then you can again clear the other stuff. If I wasn't lagging, it wouldn't be as laggy as now. I'm not sure why it's lagging like this. Again, I'm looking for that image of the hand. I see one, and I just want to burst them down. The rares are actually more dangerous than the Chayula. So you want to make sure you deal with these guys quick. So that's why Headhunter's so good, because I can just get their stats. Oh, there was a dupe there. And obviously you want to be quick. Now for our profits, I ran 20 maps. There was a divine here, but it's gone now. We made so many Chayula breachstones. This is 14 divines worth of Chayula breachstones from 20 maps. This is about 47. As you can tell, that is insane from 20 maps, and it is quite a lot of clicking, but a lot of these are dropped from bosses as well. We have 4 divines worth of scarabs, and we also over sustained our maps, having 29 maps and 1 T7. I did pick up the rings, but if you guys don't want to pick up the rings, I highly recommend that you either just filter out all the rings or only filter so you can see item number 84 and 85 breach rings instead of 83. That will save you a ton of clicking. And we did get 3 fortunate cards and 1 chosen. So this is all quite a lot of money. And if we go to the spreadsheet, so I've ran 20 Chayula maps and I made total 3,200 chaos. I've invested 720 and I profited 2,500 chaos. Now this profit is without the scarabs. So without scarabs, I've made 8 divines in an hour. As you can see, these are the prices of the scarabs at the moment. And obviously 20 maps, I ran them 20 times. So breach rings, obviously this doesn't need to be 196. I just kind of wanted to do a what's called an average, but it seems the average is only about 20 chaos. So if I try 20, so we made 3 fortunate cards, loads of splinters, 29 T16 maps, 1 T7, 47 Chayula sets, 96 shards of Chayula, no flawless, 1 chosen, and if we add in the scarabs. So if we actually put in the price of scarabs, you can see our profits jump up and our map profit also jumps up. So this is a good 10 to 11 divines an hour strategy. It took me 6 minutes to run a map, so about 2 hours to run 20 maps. And I also want to talk about your maps will be longer if you get Eye of Invasion. So I just want to show you an image from one map. From one map, I made 6 breachstones of Chayula plus soft and 61 splinters. So I made about 4 maps worth of Chayula if we were going for 1.5. So 151 profit per map and 10 divines an hour. This strategy shouldn't break the market as much. Maybe these scarabs be more expensive. Even if they were more expensive, say they were 7.35 and well, lordship would be the same, 25 again. We are still making a lot more profit, map profit, 100 chaos, 108 chaos map profit. Now for selling's quite easy. All you need to do is find a premium tab. For example, if I take my omniscience one and I set it to public, and what you can do is set exact price on all items. Now you put the value of the Chayula, say it's 55, and then all you need to do is just control and click all of them into this tab and they will all be automatically priced. You can also sell with TFT, or you can use the POE bulk trading site to sell all the Chayulas quite easily as well. Thank you guys for watching. My last video absolutely popped off, which I didn't expect at all, so I thank you guys for that. And like always, subscribe, comment, do whatever. Our Discord community has been growing, so I'd really enjoy seeing you lovely bunch in there. But again, it's been my pleasure. Thank you.